Chelsea have spoken to Sporting Lisbon about signing Ousmane Diomande and Victor Gyökeres in a £156 million double swoop. Despite spending huge sums in the summer, Mauricio Pochettino wants to add to his squad in the new year. The Blues are languishing in mid-table, and their performances highlight the need for further recruitment, with many of their signings not delivering. The club has turned its attention to the table-topping Portuguese outfit, who have already made their stance clear on the sums they expect to receive. Gyökeres was playing in the Championship with Coventry last year and moved to Lisbon for £17 million back in the summer. Now Sporting wants his £87 million release clause met if they are to lose him. Gyökeres, a Swedish international, has scored 17 goals, provided 8 assists in 20 appearances, and is seen as the man who can finally aid Chelsea's problems in the final third. Last term, the 25-year-old, who used to be on Brighton's books, scored 22 times for Coventry. The club's goal tally has been an issue, with several forwards failing to fire. Victor Osimhen has been shortlisted as a potential target for several months, but Napoli are close to reaching an agreement, including a £112 million release clause. The Evening Standard reports that the Blues have made contact with Gyökeres and his Sporting teammate Diomande. The centre-half joined from Midtjylland for £6.5 million in January. But the Portuguese outfit now values him at £69 million and wants that fee met before they entertain his sale. Diomande's former club would also be owed 20% of the transfer fee, which could further complicate the deal. Chelsea's initial inquiry for the defender has been knocked back, but they could yet return. Wesley Fofana remains a long-term injury, Thiago Silva could exit when his contract expires, and Trevoh Chalobah has been deemed surplus to requirements. It furthers Pochettino's need to bolster his backline. Pochettino is also keen to see a midfielder arrive, but that needs to be higher on his list of priorities. Rather than spend more sums, he could bring 19-year-old André Santos back to the club. He is expected to be recalled from his disappointing loan spell at Nottingham Forest. Chelsea will have to bide their time to sign Napoli striker Victor Osimhen, with Fabrizio Romano confirming that the Nigeria international forward is set to sign a new contract with Napoli. Chelsea is in the market for a centre-forward during the January transfer window and has put the 24-year-old former Lille hitman at the top of their shopping list. A deal looked unlikely but possible as Osimhen's current contract with Napoli will expire in the summer of 2025. But with the forward now set to commit his future to the Serie A outfit for one season longer, it appears that Mauricio Pochettino's side will have to be patient for 6 months longer. Napoli had been bullish over Osimhen's new contract, which Romano has now confirmed as being 100% done and confirmed. On X, the football transfer expert stated, "The agreement between Napoli and Victor Osimhen on a new deal is 100% done and confirmed." Osimhen's new Napoli contract does not mean that Chelsea should forget about signing him, but rather it takes the prospect of a January move off the table. Romano has confirmed the presence of a release clause in the deal, with this expected to be worth around €130 to €140 million. The Blues will likely have to trigger this to sign him at the end of the season, but the indications are that they are willing to. For the player, meanwhile, it offers an immediate pay rise, while it also provides long-term stability should he suffer an unexpected loss of form that puts suitors off. Napoli, meanwhile, needs Osimhen fit and firing after a wretched title defense in Serie A that threatens to see them miss out on the Champions League next season. They are presently 6th in the standings and will welcome a quiet January without any noise surrounding their undoubted ace. Enzo Fernandez broke his silence after Mauricio Pochettino confirmed that the midfielder would miss Chelsea's clash against the Wolves on Christmas Eve. The 22-year-old looked distraught following the Blues' win over Newcastle United in the Carabao Cup quarter-final after he asked to be substituted in the first half. Armando Broja replaced Fernandez shortly after the half-hour mark on Tuesday night, and after beelining for the changing rooms, the Argentina international was spotted teary-eyed at full-time. Pochettino attributed the Chelsea star's woes to illness on the night. But it has since been revealed that he's nursing a hernia. Ahead of the West Londoners' visit to Molineux on Sunday afternoon, the Blues manager said, "Enzo is going to be out of the game against Wolverhampton. We will see if he can be involved again as soon as possible. You already have the information that it was a hernia, and he also didn't feel well. We are going to give treatment to the doctor. For me, it is not going to be a problem. I think he will be again with the group as soon as possible." Following confirmation of his injury, Fernandes has posted a cryptic message on social media. Taking to his Instagram story, the Argentine posted a black and white image of himself with the caption, "half-full hourglass emoji, soon, emoji." While he may have just selected the half-full hourglass emoji by chance rather than the full hourglass emoji, Fernandes could be implying that he's already halfway back on his journey to match fitness. But that remains to be seen, and Chelsea will need the midfielder against the Wolves. When asked if Romeo Lavia will make his debut against Gary O'Neill's side in Fernandes's absence, Pochettino said, "You guys are pushing with the players who are not playing. Lavia is in a similar position to Christopher Nkunku, you know. He arrived and never made his debut. After nearly 6 months, maybe he will be involved with the team. He is doing well, but he still needs time to get his best form. He's desperate to make his debut and he's pushing. But I want to make clear, with the players with a big period off, you know, out of the competition, they are desperate to be involved. But they cannot make the mistake. They can be involved, but in which way? In which form? At what level? It's easy to say, I want to play, but we are competing. This is a serious competition. After 6 months, like Nkunku, like him, Lavia, they need to understand they need to be involved, to train really, really hard every day. They need to have an impact every time they go to the pitch. It's not to say we are in a pre-season game, and they go to the pitch, and we say, if they perform well, if they don't perform well, then no problem, because 6 months. For many things, it is an excuse. For many things, I want to play. If I don't have time, I can't perform, but at the same time, to play with that. You need to understand, the players need to understand that that is not a charity thing, that we are going to play football. We need to win.